Welcome everybody to Stackz Gaming. This is Larry. I got another deck profile. This is a Magellan deck profile. It's fun. It's a gimmick. You gotta have. I would say this is more of a fun deck. It has a lot of bad matchups, but if you can make your opponent never hit 10 Dawn, then basically you have a better game plan and you can play your stuff a lot easier. So the leader says during your turn, once per turn, when you minus 1 Dawn, this character or your leader gained 1,000, so he becomes 6k. So he's good to swing in the Whitebeard. I think is probably the only reason why to play him. Other than that, like there are probably better leaders you can play, but I like it because it's fun and there's a lot more room in here to move stuff around. That's why I like it. So you're basically your Nami of this deck. You're impel down. So on play, you will look at the top 5, look for an impel down, put the rest at the bottom of the deck, and grab what you need basically. Then a 2k counter. If he comes out of life and you need the extra body to swing, that's good. Depending on game state, if you need a 2k counter, you can just put it in your hand. I think 3 is too much and 2 is just alright. And then the stuff that allows you to go wide. So basically she is a 2k counter, but on play you can play a Jailer Beast from your hand. It does not care what cost it is, it just has to be a Jailer Beast. And I believe you play 2 different types of Jailer Beast. So it's really good if you're going first, drop this and then automatically drop a Jailer Beast. So the 2 that you play, or the Jailer Beast, is this character right here. So basically he has double attack. And then when he's KO'd, you can bring a Dawn from your Dawn deck out and rest it. So he helps you ramp and get to your bigger stuff later game. And then your other Jailer Beast right here, he is a blocker. So turn 2, you can automatically start setting up your defense. Have a blocker on KO, he can ramp you up a Dawn. I think he's really good, plus he can get played for free, so I mean, who doesn't want that? And then another MVP, Uta. You won't be able to use her ability because it happens during your opponent's turn to trigger your leader, but to be able to stop another of one of your opponent's characters from attacking is really good, because on block you can rest, I believe, right? Yeah, you rest up one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 5 or less. So if he puts up a blocker too early or something, you can punish him for it. And then the spice of the deck, because there are 2 open slots, I do 1 bullet. So basically on play, -1 Dawn, rest a character with a 4 of less. So he can rest, what is it? Bartholomew? No. The blocker for black right now. He's a 4 cost. Can't be destroyed by card effects. Borsellino. So he can rest Borsellino for you, so you can just swing into him and you don't have to worry about it. I was playing it at 2, but because I want to destroy stuff for like weenie blockers for, say, Zoro, I also play this right here on play, -1, destroy a cost of 1. So he's really good, and he's a 1k counter. He's a 4 for 5, and you got a 5 for 6. I mean, these 2 come hand in hand. You have 2 open slots. If you don't think that this is ideal, you could probably trade these out for 2 2k counters and do Sasaki if you don't think these are viable for you. But right now, as I'm playing and they're coming up, they are relevant, so I'm just keeping them in as tech. Then your other 2k counter, which is X Drake, he's fun. especially late game, if your opponent only got like 2 or 3 cards in hand, you can just play him and rip a card from your opponent's hand, -1 Dawn, and that's basically what it does, and you make it easier to go close out games. And then for your searching through your deck, you play the queens, 4 queens. Basically, on play, -1 Dawn, draw 2 cards, trash 1, so he'll help you get into your stuff late game. And a 5/6 blocker, so he's really good. And then your character that came from the set 2, he's really good. This card really punishes your opponent. You really want to open up with at least 2 of these in your hand, because this will help tempo. So basically, on play, -1 Dawn from your opponent's Dawn deck. And then when he is destroyed during your opponent's turn, -2 Dawn from your opponent. So basically, it'll punish your opponent for about 3 Dawns. So if you get 2 or 3 of these up, you basically got free bodies, because they're not going to want to swing into him to lose the Dawn. Unless you're playing purple. Purple would be the only thing where they might take the chance and do it, just because they have the stage with Kaido. But against any other matchup, I think he's definitely what you want to see. And then just to control the small board, you play the 4 kings from the structures. On play, -1 Dawn, destroy a cost of 4 or less. So initially this was where I was having the deck curve out, and this was the highest curve. But the issue is the deck didn't have no way to finish game or have like a big posable threat. So I took out some cards to put in 9-drop Kaido, because 9-drop Kaido is viable. The fact that you need something with rush to go clear board, especially if your opponent is willing to take a couple hits and not play the blocker, you punish him for it. You basically have him take a couple hits, you play this, and then yeah, he basically allows you to close game. I think it's really good. People sleep on it sometimes, but I think if you have the ability to play rush, you should. So I do. Another card that helps you stall out for game, Judgment. So basically, counter, -1 Dawn, give up to one of your opponent's leaders and or characters -3,000. So basically, you can minus a character and a leader. If he's only got 2 on board, you'll basically make his hits not count. It's really painful, and most people won't over-assign Dawn to their leader to swing in, because they rather establish a board, so you kind of take a swing away from them. So I think that's really good. And sometimes, because you're always minusing every turn, there's not a lot of ramp. This is your ramp. Thunder Bagua, I think it's really good. If it comes out of life, it gives you an active Dawn. So honestly, I think it's really good. Anytime I play purple and there's not a lot of ways to ramp, Thunder Bagua is the answer. I think it's really good. Keeps you in the game for 4,000 protection. So let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see a demo of this deck and how it's going to play, let me know.